Hello everyone, welcome to our Two-Spirit celebration of 2020.
Good morning.
Yes.
Hope you're all doing well.
Yes, and we're with Carol. And then I hope everybody's staying safe. I hope everyone's making smart choices. And a little explanation as to both of us have been taking a lot of safety measures as to safety precautions during COVID time. And this is why we're having our Two-Spirit celebration, which is usually very public, and we're usually sharing a lot of information person to person. But this year we thought we'd take some safety precautions to make sure that we ensure the safety of everyone in our community, ourselves, and others.
And Arnold and I discussed this. Originally, we had planned on wearing masks during this broadcast, but felt that for people who may need to read lips during this, or just to keep our voices from being muffled, that we would not be masked. But I have been wearing a mask anytime that I'm in public for the last, I guess, 4 months. And at work when I'm around other people, and really have only been having unmasked contact with my immediate family members. And I believe Arnold's pretty much been doing the same.
Very much so. I have several different styles masks. My favorite one is my Dreamcatcher, and also the other one I have is the Day of the Dead. And those are made by my friends. And then, so I also have some red, white, and blue ones, and just your basic generic ones. I didn't bring mine as an example. I'll show mine a little bit later. And then, but yeah, and my truck is basically a hospital. There's so much sanitizer in my truck, it's crazy. So.
Well, and your kitchen windowsill, they're all lined up there.
Yes.
I was noticing that.
My kitchen windowsill is literally, it's like this long, and it's different kinds of hand sanitizers all the way down. My favorite one is the lavender. It's moisturizing and it smells nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it still has enough alcohol in it to...
It does.
Cool. Good for you.
Thank you.
You know, it's interesting. I have carried hand sanitizer in my vehicles for a long time because of doing animal rescue. And at different times I've been bitten or scratched or things like that. And I carry the hand sanitizer to rub into any wound I get right away to prevent infection. So I was all stocked and ready to go.
Nice. Well, I'm happy that everyone's that's joining us, and then we do have a lot of great people to speak today to talk about different aspects of life and importance of to have events like this. And then here's my little Two-Spirit Pride button. I'm gonna get a little closer so you can see that. And then I'm very happy with these buttons. We do have some great gift giveaways too. So if you're on with us right now, make sure you share it with everybody else as well. Please just wave at us too. Just send us a hey or something, just to let us know that you're there. And then we do have a system as how we're going to be giving away our items. We have a lot of items too. So please don't feel shy to share this with your friends, family, or whoever, and people you really don't even know, because this is information that we want to get out into the community and further and beyond. And so you can just let us know that you're watching, and then we're going to be doing our giveaways, and we're going to have you contact us through Messenger. Basically, I would like your address, your name, address, and then some kind of contact information, such as a phone number. And when we start doing this stuff, you just send it to us. We realize there may be like a slight delay on live stream here, but then we will be getting all of your information as quickly as we can.
Okay. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Carol Priest. I am not a Native person, and I am a Two-Spirit LGBTQ ally. And at some point when we have some time during this show today, I'll talk about the importance of allies and how much it really does matter that we are present. During this show today, I'll talk about the importance of allies. Turn off the volume. Yeah. And how much it really does matter that we are present.
Sorry about the back feed here. There you go.
So we're kind of winging it today. We have sort of a plan, but you know, I think we're both comfortable with just taking it as it comes. We have some planned speakers, but we're also welcoming people to call in as you want to and express opinions and talk about what two-spirit people and LGBTQ people mean in your lives.
Well, I would like to say hello to Twa and Don,
Hey!
Virginia, Ray, and then well, I'd like to share some of the information as to why I think LGBTQ awareness is important. Just having like when I was growing up, there wasn't like a lot of outreach or a lot of information out there for people to have to find out. It's like, well, you know, why am I so different, or who do I talk to? I'm uncomfortable, or I'm ashamed, or I don't know what to do. And some of these people become suicidal, or they become very depressed, or self-harming. A lot of different aspects come into that. And then so it's like, well, to have like healthy outreach to make sure that people have a resource or a friend or an ally of some sort out there to make sure that we're growing mentally and emotionally and very healthy, and to have an outreach or some type of resource to go to find, if we don't have any in our family or if we don't have any in our community, there's avenues and outlets for us to go to find out that you are normal, you are safe, you are loved, you are cared for, and to please get information and share it to other people to let you know how important you are. Because me growing up personally, it was difficult to find like a resource to see people that were like me, and I thought I was by myself, and so I kept that hidden and very, very, very quiet. Made sure I sat the right way, talked the right way, all of that stuff to make sure there was no inkling of that I was gay, because I felt very ashamed and very like I brought some type of family shame to my family or my community. And so over the years, in talking to like my grandmother and then also some of her historical teachings in Native American culture, it's like, you know, this is something that's actually very sacred, something that's very beautiful. And so this is always something that's been dear to my heart, and also because, you know, I am gay, I'm not the only one in my family who is. And so this is important to me for like the generation before me, our elders, and then my generation, also the generation behind me, because, you know, there's more people in my family that are LGBTQ and Two-Spirit, and I want to make sure that their lives are full of hopes, dreams, security, safety, and to make sure that you also have legal rights. That's very important to me, is like to have a legal right to be married, to live a nice life, to know that my husband is safe and is protected, and my nieces and nephews and whoever, all the youth that behind us, that they have legal rights, that they can get married and pursue their dreams. And this is one of my children right here. This is Clavis.
Making an appearance. The star of the show.
He's the star of the show, and then as he's by our pride flag, as you can see, he is a true ally. And so,
if he wasn't, he wouldn't get fed.
That's right. No, he's kind of forced to love me, but it's okay.
Oh, you're
Hey,
lovable.
Emily. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Kendra. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Kim.
Cool.
Yes, and then let's see here to make sure what our time frame is. I have everything in here except a clock.
Okay.
I'm just gonna spin this one around here.
Well, and I think you're talking about when you were growing up, Arnold. I'm 61 years old. Not shy about that. I've earned it. Trust me. But I grew up in Duluth, you know, in a middle-class neighborhood. I never even heard about LGBT people until I was a young adult doing an internship from college in Minneapolis. So I was probably 19, 20 years old before I even knew that this was something that existed.
Wow.
So if I had been, you know, lesbian or trans or bi, who would I have talked to about it?
That's very important, and also to understand too is like that they and during the age, because it's like, you know, our elders see there's certain sensitivity to words, and then also it's like, you know, what was the outreach or what was the exposure for like different age groups as you're going along, and it's better today, but you know, back then that had been very, for an LGBTQ person, that would have been very, very difficult, especially because sometimes the families don't even have that information resource. So when the family member comes out, it's like, what's happening? I don't know what to do. This is there something wrong with you? And so that's why I think it's important to have this information. And then, I'm sorry, where did you get your, when you were 19, would you go to school?
Well, I was in college, and I was really doing a lot of questioning of just my direction, of my alcohol and drug use. And so one of the ways that I took some time to look at that was I did an internship at Harriet Tubman Women's Shelter on Lake Street at that time in Minneapolis.
Wow.
And one of the co-directors was a lesbian woman who introduced herself to me and told me about, you know, her partner, who was a woman. And, you know, I'm sure I was kind of like, you know, what? But she was somebody that I already liked. She was very kind and certainly assertive, but the way she told me was very gentle. And I got to know her and other LGBT folks that were working at the shelter, including our child advocate at that shelter was a gay man.
Wow.
Who had also been a draft resistor during Vietnam and served some time in prison for that. Some really interesting folks. And it was just a very gentle, positive introduction to it. Yeah, so that was good, and I wasn't dealing with any family members who were absolutely against it while I was learning about that.
Wow. I have a story. Because when I first came out, not all of my family members were accepting. And this is sometimes this is the case, you know. And then my story isn't horrible, though. Some of my family members just, they didn't approve. It was either against God, or it was against the family, or it was against something, anything. And or they're trying to save me, love the sin or hate the sin. It was very confusing. It was a lot of pressure. And to have like outreach people, because some of my family were like, this is okay, you're our brother, or you're our son, or you're whoever. And it's like, you know, they go like, I love you for who you are, because when I was the same person before they knew, and I was the same person right after they knew. And some of my family, to take a long time for them to come around to see that. It's like, I'm the exact same person. And so, but you know, if the family members really aren't accepting of it, it's easier to say, you know, it's like, it's okay, you know, I love you, but you know, we don't have to have that close-knit family anymore like that. But you know, that's okay, because I have a lot of family. I have a lot of family, you know, that are very supportive, and you need that supportive structure, you need that supportive environment, you need that supportive everything to understand. It's like, you know, so you feel safe, loved. And so also too, for people to have like in the community, it's important to have like events such as this. And this is kind of fun, actually. It's kind of interesting for us to be online.
This is different.
It is different. You know, we're not out there. It's like that. The sad thing is, like, there's no food, you know.
Really?
Yes. Well, we have food here, but, you know, not to everybody else bringing this potluck of food. And then, but
Do you know that we did this on exactly the same day last year?
Is it really?
We had the celebration at housing with brats and hamburgers,
Yes.
and we had booze, and my grandson was there and all dressed up in his unicorn outfit.
Yes.
And there were two princesses.
Yes,
And
there were.
and
They're
he
so
was
beautiful.
so adoring of the princesses, and so it was really beautiful, and
And a large turnout of people too. It was a beautiful
Yeah.
day.
we ran out of food.
We did. And it was that had the biggest barbecue system I had seen, and it was wonderful. And everybody that helped out that year as well. You know, there's people that are helping out this year too, just in different ways. I have a big shout out to KOJB and Gil Appleby and Marie Rock, because we have some great gifts from KOJB. We have some really neat umbrellas. We've got some coffee mugs and home manicure kits as well. They come in these really cool little pouches, there's a lot of other items as well. We have some T-shirts, some really cool ones with those little tassels that come down, and these little T's, rainbows.
Yep.
And I brought
Kids
some
and adults.
kids and adults, and then we will be showing them. It's going to look a little bit like QVC when we bring them out. And we got some great little erasers and some flags. Let's show you some flags.
Yes, let's get some flags.
Hey Jim. Hey Christian. Hey Jill. Hey, check out these flags. Now, I'm very, very, very impressed because
And this is the Ally flag.
this is amazing. I love the Ally flag. I want to see it like that.
Oh, fine.
But these are amazing. We have great flags. We have our pansexual. We have our transgender. We have...
Which is which? What's that one?
This one is the pansexual.
Okay.
And this
Is
our
trans.
Yes.
I know that much. I don't know everything though.
No, and I think those are the ones I was able to get my hands on. But
Okay.
this is the thing that's very interesting and very fun and very beautiful is that got these in Bemidji. These were in Bemidji for sale, and I think that's fantastic. And so it's these are high quality ones that we have right here at Carol's.
Well, and I got these a few years ago, and one of my favorite things to do in June, and it kind of
Rita.
amazes me in Bemidji, but to hit the Pride section at Target every June and see what all they've got.
Yes.
Now, which one?
I forget this one. We have a lot of flags. So
I thought this was trans at the time.
it may have been.
I think it was, but now apparently this one is.
There usually can be more than one symbolizing, I believe.
Yeah.
And then so, and you gotta bear with me because sometimes, our titles like LGBTQ, LGBTQA, and then LGBTQA plus, and then there's a lot of different letters, and sometimes I even myself get confused.
And intersex and
Yes.
two-spirit.
Yes, and Two-Spirit.
Yep.
And so the title gets pretty long. So like the LGBTQ Pride Parade, so the title is as long as the parade. And so, but I'm very happy for all of us to be together because all of these flags together is the symbolization for all of these flags is for pride and acceptance, and also this stands for like suicide preventions and anti-bullying.
Yes.
These flags are very important. It's to symbolize, it's like, these are safe zones as well. So when you go to like communities and different cities, if you see that these flags that are sitting outside, and that shows people that like me or anybody else in the community, because the LGBTQ community is quite large, and so sometimes it's nice to see these symbols because this means anti-hate. And
And
anti-bigotry.
hey, Nokomis, thanks for having your
Hey,
flag
Nokomis.
by your front door. That's just wonderful.
I didn't know you had it by your front door. Thank you very much, Nokomis. You're a rock star. I love you.
And
Hey, Debbie.
a friend of Red Lake Rosie's Rescue, too. So,
Oh, nice. Very
absolutely.
nice.
She designed the Red Lake Rosie's logo.
Oh.
And it's beautiful. I have a t-shirt or two with it.
Also, too, I hope you enjoyed our the Two-Spirit advertisement this year that was on.
Oh, yeah. Our flyer that's online. Shannon Buddy designed that. She does amazing, beautiful flyers.
Yes.
And so we really appreciate her contribution this year and last year. She came up with that map, the map of Leech Lake with the pride colors and the feathers, and I just love that. I think it just says so much about who Leech Lake is as a collection of communities and people.
Yes, I think it's beautiful. I've seen it before as well. I've seen it in Red Lake. Red Lake has done the same before, and I have one of the Red Lake
Cool.
buttons, and it's like, and it's beautiful. And it's so important to see. It's like, this is the community. This is our tribal communities too. It's showing. It's like, hey, we see you, we support you, we honor you. We don't want anything bad to happen. And so, and historically, it's like there's something that's very important. And then so, it's nice to see that we have like our Leech Lake boundaries or Red Lake boundaries, and then they're covered in these. And I think it's wonderful. Yeah. And today should be very good too, because we do have some, hey Annie! And then, hey Mary!
Yeah.
And then,
I also want to thank Leech Lake Housing Authority,
Yes.
where I work. I'm the manager for the Homeless Resource Program, and some of our giveaways today are advertising. The postage to get the giveaway items to you is funded through our opioid response program. And we do have 2 opioid response case managers at Leech Lake Housing for homeless people. Both to help people with support to stay sober, to stay on their medication assisted treatment if they are, and to help them find housing and stay stably housed, which is so important to everything else we do in life.
yeah, very
know?
much so. I think this is wonderful. Wonderful that all the support that we've been getting. I think this is wonderful. Because you have to remember too, we do have LGBTQ members that are homeless.
Yep.
And
sometimes because they are LGBTQ.
yes, and that's a very sad thing, and that's why it's important to have resource people, and also to have allies such as Carol here, and other members in the community, because it's very important to have the support systems that we do, and it needs to be broadened still, and that's why we have some great speakers for you today, and we're going to get to one here in just a moment. We're going to start out with Anna, and then bear with me just a moment here. We're going to add a friend here.
Okay. While you're looking for that, have it right away.
Well, hopefully. And so I just sent one, and then hopefully we'll be seeing Anna in just a moment.
One of the things that always comes back to me when we talk about Two-Spirit and LGBTQ is that the biggest problem that this community has, the LGBTQ Two-Spirit community, you know, and it's a theme about for our young people, if it was okay to come out as being of a different reality and the norm that I'm saying.
We said either way.
So hi, Anna.
This is Goldtooth. She's to share today. Lovely, and I would being such an ally. Just,
Can you all hear me okay?
I can hear you beautifully.
Okay, because I was cutting out a little bit.
Okay.
So should I start?
Yeah, please start. I would like to go over to Anna. We along the way too.
What'd you say?
I'll probably ask a question. Well.
Okay, cool. Hi, Arnold and Carol. Thank you for hosting and inviting us to be here. Me. But Buja Nishinakituk, Mako Ganu Kwe Indigu, Anna Goldtooth, Indigenous Cause, Makwa and Dudame, Bamejikamag and Donjubab, Bamejikamag and Da. So hi, everybody. My name is Anna Goldtooth, and bear with me because I'm coming live from this phone and I'm trying to figure it out. It's my first time being live. So hi everybody, my name is Anna Goldtooth. I live here in Bemidji, Minnesota. I was asked to speak today. We usually support all of Arnold's events. So I work with Planned Parenthood North Central States. And at Planned Parenthood, we specialize in sexual and reproductive health. So that means that a person could go to Planned Parenthood and get contraceptive methods. They could go and get some condoms. They could get tested for sexually transmitted infections, including HIV. We also provide gender-affirming therapy. We also provide gender-affirming therapy and PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis, which is a medication that can be administered once a day for HIV prevention. And we provide that as well at Planned Parenthood. So that's the clinic side of Planned Parenthood. And then we have our education side, which me and Tamika Jo Andy are heading it up in our region. And through our education, we do peer education with youth and adults. So we train youth to become sexual health educators and talk with their friends and family about sexual health. Are we still good?
Yeah, just fan, so there's a little background.
Huh?
Just a little bit.
This.
There you go.
You go like this. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So at Planned Parenthood, how it works is we do accept insurance, but if you don't have insurance, we also have options available to cover the cost of your services. So we also have a sliding fee scale. So whatever you can afford to pay is what you would pay. But we also have other sorts of grants and other types of funding sources that can help you get the services that you need. And the great thing about Planned Parenthood is that it specializes in sexual and reproductive health. So the nurses, the staff there, this is what they talk about every single day, all day long. So it's a nice option that's available. And I also want to go over a law in Minnesota that states that minors can get sexual health services without a parent's or guardian's consent. So we always talk about how it's good to have an askable adult, someone to take you, but not everybody has that. So the law says that a minor has the right to take care of their sexual health needs the way that they see fit. So they could go to, for example, IHS and get tested for chlamydia without a parent or guardian's consent. What'd you say?
You're able to help like clinic side even. And it's like, because you are either saving people's lives. And to process to give it to the youth. There's not they can be able to still go to you and make sure that their health is
right. Empower themselves. Where is that feedback?
Okay. Up a little bit here. Wait for it to clear up.
Cutting out?
No, on our end.
You're in beautiful down.
Yeah, my side is then yep. Here
You're cutting out. I can't really hear you very well.
Yep, and that's cutting out badly. And so bear with me just a moment, everybody. I'm going to address and our both feeds are not badly. Is it better, people? I'm going to respond to feed better. All right, just a moment. Kind of. Back. Our mic. Oh, there we go. A lot of people. Better. Okay.
That's me line.
And then pretty volume down to stay. And not really. Is it the? Oh, it's just sound. And do you have two sound?
Oh,
There we go.
is it that if she on while she's talking because of that second delay, it's coming?
I think so. All right.
What they said is if you put in an earbud, then it might not, and it'll just pick up the sound coming back.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, we're getting her for her ear. Bear with us just a moment.
Yeah, and I guess for anybody on and speak, to if you're from your phone, something with an earbud.
Yep, she's coming back with it. Give us a... How's the picture quality, everybody? Is our picture quality okay? And I want to remind you again that we do have some.
Did it clear up at all?
Well, she just came back.
Oh, she can't.
Okay.
Every time,
Every
time you touch getting them.
There you go.
Okay.
No rush. We're good.
We're done talking.
Every time I hear you all talk, though, it cuts out.
Just us.
Well, not now. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
What's your Wi-Fi service?
It's right here.
No, but what company?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Rise. Then very good. There's sound. And then turn this down. Any sound.
Yeah, you're muted here.
Yeah. It's muted.
Well, sorry, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just going. There's a voice feedback through the microphone. There you go. How's that?
Is this better?
Oh, you sound incredible, and so do we. It sounds like.
You sound better too.
Oh, hey, we're all better.
Okay.
But yeah, we were talking about the wonderful things that you've been able to accomplish and make sure to get out to the community, which is like people's health care and people's is there like a tackle on the emotional aspects as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when we're doing our groups, I'm not too loud, am I?
Nope, you're wonderful.
Okay. So yeah, when we're doing our groups, some of the topics that we discuss are, we discuss sexuality, we discuss LGBTQIA and Two-Spirit identities, we discuss anatomy, so learning about the sexual and reproductive body parts that make it possible to experience pleasure, but also produce, and it's just super exciting. But what our bodies can do. So we talk about our bodies. We talk about birth control, contraceptive methods, and sexually transmitted infections, including HIV, preventative things that people can do. We also did discuss communication, healthy relationships, consent, decision making, learning how to advocate for yourself when you go to the doctor, because sometimes it's really difficult, right? There's like a power difference when it comes to going to the doctor, and sometimes you have to battle with them, and you're like, I know my body, this is what I want, this is what I need, and it becomes a little power battle. So we also talk about advocating for yourself, if you do need to go in and get an STI test. And a big part of our programming is really designed to normalize the conversations around sexual health and sexuality, so that there isn't as much shame and stigma, so that people feel comfortable about who they are and can feel comfortable going and, getting services that they need.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
And it's
Yeah.
especially for our young people to know that there's a place they can go and say, okay, I don't know this, and I think I may have been exposed to this, and get a test without, and information and support without any judgment at all.
Exactly. What'd you say, Arnold?
I think that's wonderful. I got a question for you. What made you get into this type of career and this type of outreach, the outreach that you do to all communities, like the LGBTQ? Because I have to applaud you for how much you have been doing over the years.
Thank you. Yeah, so our department, the Education Outreach Department at Planned Parenthood, this is basically what we do all the time. So talk about sexual health. We try to make it fun. We play a lot of games. We play a lot of bingo. Um, and so the work that we're doing here is specifically in the Native community, but our programs are open to anybody who wants to participate. But we also just kind of come from a strengths-based cultural approach. So that's our focus when it comes to like the Native community, is talking about the positive things that we have. So an example of that would be how many tribes had non-binary genders. They had people LGBTQ, trans folks. We've had people like LGBTQ in our communities since time immemorial. It's just that with boarding school and with colonization, we were taught that that was bad and shameful. I'm getting a lot off topic, but I'm going to bring it back around. But the reason why I got into this work was because I met this woman who started the Native Youth Sexual Health Network. And she was just a couple years older than me, and she was so like open and unapologetically like talking about healthy sexuality and talking about all sorts of things in such a positive and like happy way.
Oh, wow.
And she was so proud about being Native, and like I started following her blogs and following her online. We became really good friends. But the like the term sexual health, I had never heard of that before. And once I learned what it was, I was like, oh, this is what me and my friends talk about. This is healthy relationships. This is, talking about birth control, talking about pregnancy. Like these are things that we talk about amongst our friends, right? Or like people that we trust. So anyway, once I understood that there was this thing called sexual health, I saw the ad for this position in the newspaper, and I went for it and got it. So I've been working with Planned Parenthood since 2011. And since then, our programs have grown. We have been able to create our own adult program called ASK, which is Anishinaabe Sexuality Knowledge Keepers. And there's actually several ASK participants that are watching right now. So hey y'all, thanks for giving our program a chance. But this is an adult version of like the youth program. So we train adults to become sexual health educators and talk about sexual health with their friends and their family. But yeah, so I've been doing this since 2011. Huh?
I do have to say something, because I have seen some of your presentations in the past, and I have to share this to everybody. Anna's presentations are incredible, and she has these little toys out there, all these little things that are all over the tables. It's one of the most interesting and fun and playful groups that I've ever seen. And it also does interconnect our tribal culture as well, because there's the food, there's the language and stuff too, and it's just like, so it's beautiful. So it's like it's everything wrapped up into one, and it's very entertaining, it's very informative, very knowledgeable, and it put together very well. And it's a joy to be in the same room when you're presenting, and then it's all the stuff that's there. It's just like it's a lot of fun. I let everybody know it's a lot of fun, and it's very informative.
Thank you. And I feel the same way about you. We always ask Arnold to come in and share his information and experience with us, and he comes through every time for every group. So we're really appreciative of you doing that for us too.
Thank you.
Yeah. There was one kind of last point that I wanted to, or not one last point, but something that I did want to talk about that we discussed in our groups. So
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. So it's the idea of two-spirit. So this photo was taken in 1879. This is a Zuni trans woman named Wiwa. And what's really fascinating about her is that she was an artist. She she would sit with the women. She was a fiber artist, a weaver, and she was a leader in her community. And actually, she was sent to, or traveled to, I should say, Washington, D.C. to represent her tribe. And I just think that's really fascinating. And so we talk about this within our sex ed groups, and we actually give them little copies of this photo for them to talk about it with their friends and family, because it gets to the point, it gets to the discussion about, okay, so when did it become unsafe, in our communities to be LGBTQ, like, because if this was in 1879 and she was highly revered and asked to be a speaker and a leader in her community, and what happened from then to now, where now people are not safe in our communities to be who they are. So we get into discussions about homophobia, transphobia, and the spectrum that those two things live on, and how they harm our people, right? So I just want to show that, because that is something that we discuss in our groups.
Great.
Love it.
Yeah.
Very much.
So it was really with the coming of, of the Europeans, and especially the religious Europeans, that, people being who they are, if the spirit was suppressed and made to be bad so that people had to hide, along with indigenous religion when that went underground.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up, because with our ceremonies, there was like, so not just, being more accepting of LGBTQ folks, but there would be ceremonies that we would have that honored the different stages of development, including the puberty stage. So transitioning from childhood to adulthood, we have ways in our cultures, and actually lots of different Native tribes, but specifically Ojibwe, we have ways of honoring that age, and that's like the original sex ed, that. So like, part of having these discussions also feels like the way that we're putting everything back into place. So when it comes to our language, our culture, sexuality is definitely included in that, and these coming of age ceremonies, these rites of passage ceremonies, there's been a resurgence recently. So there's been a lot more of them. But I think it's really fascinating that we have, there's so much in our culture that can help us, you know what I mean? That can help us and make us feel good. And it's about reclaiming those things and sort of figuring out what's not ours, like what we can, decolonize, what's not ours, and what we can reclaim. And another example that we give in our group is that there's an Ojibwe word for vulva, and vulva is the external outside of a female genitalia. So it's and there was like a Ojibwe word for that. And I think that's so fascinating, because it's like, we did talk about our bodies. It wasn't a shameful, bad thing to talk about our bodies. And also just in our relationship with, the 7 values and our relationship to all parts of creation, that includes LGBTQ folks. So what does it mean to be like a good relative to, all of these living things, including LGBTQ folks,
That is wonderful.
But yeah, so
I loved everything. I loved everything.
Yeah,
and I did get to
you.
see, once going back again to Anna's class, because you have a puppet vulva.
yes. Oh, you saw that? Yay, cool, yeah.
Surprised me on that,
Yes,
Arnold.
and I had it on my hand, and I introduced myself with her. So it was amazing.
And it's really hard, because our communities have faced a lot of sexual trauma and a lot of abuse. And so when we're getting into these spaces, it can be very we don't want to re-traumatize people. We want to make them feel good. So that's one of the reasons why we try to make it fun and interactive, because it's already an uncomfortable topic just because of the general society that we live in. So that's one of the reasons why we use so many games and like fun things to do, because it can sometimes be a little uncomfortable to have these conversations.
And I love the approach too, because sometimes the conversations which stems to like sexual health and also LGBTQ, sometimes it makes people uncomfortable. And so it's like, having this casual, normal conversation, it's like, these can be fun conversations, and that it's very important for people to have these conversations, not just for themselves, but for other people. It's like, we can have this discussion and dialogue. And so it's like, we're not so different. And so, but it's important to break down those barriers, to find out that, just to make sure that we take care of ourselves and others. And I think that's beautiful. And I really, everything that you've been doing, seriously, it's been amazing.
No, it's great. And you've just that you've been there for that length of time. I see you at so many events, and it's really just that consistent presence and accepting and teaching and loving.
Yes, Anna is a rock star, everybody.
Thanks. You're
much for being.
Y'all are rock stars too. I also want to say that it's a really weird time with everybody being home and social distancing, but we have tons of condoms and lubricant. So if anybody personally wants anything after watching this, get a hold of me. I'm Anna Goldtooth on Facebook, or get a hold of Arnold and he can put you in contact with me. But I'd be so happy to send you. We have condoms that go on the penis. We have condoms that go inside the body. We have condoms. We have lube, tons of lubricant. And the one thing about lube is lube can be used inside the condom and outside of the condom. A lot of people don't know that, but a couple drops of lube inside the condom can make it feel better for the person wearing the condom. So lube is a good thing. We have tons of them. So if you want any, I would be happy to send you a package of goodies.
Wonderful. Oh. See, there's a lot of free gifts offered today, so this is another one.
Yeah. Snag bag. Is it yours that calls it a snag bag? Your program?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
I do too. I love that, the snag bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the original snake bag, I don't know who originally, where I got it from was the Indigenous Peoples Task Force in Minneapolis. And they were created to originally to address HIV in the Native community. Oh. And so they started handing out condoms, and that's where we got the snake bags from.
Wonderful.
The Indigenous Peoples Task Force. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. All right, well, Anna, I want to thank you very much. We're going to move on to the next part of our little program. Okay. And so thank you, everybody. Thank you much again. And stay tuned, Anna, too, because you may be able to get a free gift as well. So.
Oh, cool. Cool. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We're going to need to hit something here. There we go.
There we go.
All right, everybody. We're going to come up to, I want everybody to thank you for being here. Wendy, Mary, Haley, Nina, Ancient, the heavy metal angel. Thank you for being here. Yeah. And then, hey. And then, so what I like to make sure that everybody, say hey or say something, just like us. And then, but also to pay attention, because, and also to share this. I mean, if you can share this with everybody, because we have a lot of free gifts, And so share this with as many people as you can, even people that aren't your friends, just have them log in over here. There's no barrier on my Facebook. It says Ren also has free next. Now I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that, but
naloxone.
There we go. Kits for anyone wanting them, and you got to contact Deb, and there's her phone number there, right there. And thank you too for being here, because she does a lot of very good items as well. The one that just posted here, so I would take that number down, because that's saving lives as well. And so hi, Rain, and then
oh, hi, Rain.
Oh, I'm glad you're doing your makeup. Hey, Nina.
Nina.
And so I think we should get ready for our one of our free gifts here.
Yeah. So how are we going to do this? We have This t-shirt for a human. And Arnold, this points up something that you said earlier that I wanted to highlight. When we were first talking, you said something about being normal.
Yes.
And I just really want to point that up. I love that because Two-Spirit and LGBTQ folks are normal. And if they were always treated like that, there would not be the level of depression and suicide and people becoming homeless because of their identity and their sexuality. And
absolutely,
everybody would just be embraced by the community. And that's really what we need to aim for here. So,
yes, I agree with that 100%.
This
that's why we have
t-shirt
events like
is a small.
It's a small.
Is it a youth small or an adult small, Arnold?
That's an adult small.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it says human. So, and it's got, oh my gosh, it's got the rainbow. It's got
the pansexual. Here's trans.
Yeah.
And then this is one we were talking about earlier today. And what's this M here? What's the M? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I forget. But here's a fun thing you could do. You can just Google. What you can do is you can Google LGBTQ flags, and it will show you each and every one of these that is on there. And there's many more. Such as we showed some examples before. Here's some of our flags. This is only some of them. And so we have a lot of flags out there that represent different aspects of the LGBTQA plus I
2S.
It's a very large community. And so that way you can just Google LGBTQ pride flags or any kind of flags. It'll show you. And it's like, this is why I love this t-shirt. It says human, and it has a lot of different aspects on there, which all of us, we're all going to fit in here somewhere. And I love that. I think it's beautiful. So we just need to, one is asexual. Thank you. That's what that one was. Asexual.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Christian. M is asexual. All right. So now we're going to see if we can do a drawing of some sort here to have somebody. Do we have them call in, or what do you want them to do? Just text it in, or what would you like to do?
I don't know. I am not tech savvy.
Your phone or mine's.
So what if we said the third person to message the word t-shirt will win this human t-shirt? And also, well, we'll see who it is, and then we'll have you send your information.
Yes. And so I'd get on there right now to make sure, see if we want to win this t-shirt, and we're going to mail it to you, so you don't even have to do anything except give us your address. And so the third person to send a message that says t-shirt gets the human t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's one.
There's one. See, nobody's going to want to be the first or second. They're going to wait. But I would try to get it in there.
They can see who it is.
They can see.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, this is like bidding on eBay in the last 2 minutes. Oh, there's two.
There's two.
Who's going to be? Oh,
there's three.
Well, that's not three.
Jeremiah.
There's three. Jeremiah Lind.
Jeremiah.
Oh, I know Jeremiah.
Okay, Jeremiah. So if you can just messenger. Just go to my messenger and just type in your name and address and a phone number too, just to be on the safe side.
And then we will mail it to you, Jeremiah.
It'll show up in the mail, and we'd like to thank you for participating in that. We have so many more. Hi, Tamika. Tamika's a rock star too. She's saving lives. Okay, and I don't know if you can hear, but we do have in a background music here from me and Carol that we'll be able to listen to. We're listening to LGBTQ artists, singers and songwriters. And so right now we are listening to Elton John, but there is a huge list of LGBTQ artists. Once again, you can Google it. And then you can just play whatever LGBTQ artist that you're looking for, and it'll put it on a whole different, like a soundtrack. And
we should get going with more drawings.
We do.
Too.
And we got another drive here.
Mm-hmm. Well, here, you wear it. Arnold will model this one.
I'm not going to put it on because I know some people don't want to put it over my hat here. But here's this wonderful hat. So we have this nice black hat here. It's got a heart here with this symbol. And then if somebody could just tell me, the first person to tell me what this symbol means, you get this hat. That's pretty easy enough, don't you think? So this is a wonderful hat.
I hope you know the answer.
I do.
I'd have to guess.
I do know the answer to this. Hi, Haley. Hi, Jeremiah. And so all I need to do is, like, if you know what the symbol of this means, you get this hat. And then we'll mail it to you. So it's pretty easy. It's a good quality. It's good stitching. This is embroidery as well.
It's adjustable.
There we go. Sadie got it. Sadie Bud Cooper.
Okay.
And the heart does mean love. Thank you. But Sadie Bud Cooper, yep. All I need to do is just send me, please just messenger me name and your address.
So what's the answer?
Pride.
Oh, Pride. Okay.
Yeah. And this is our rainbow flag too. And so there's a lot of history in this flag. The artist, I believe, died last year. The original creator of the gay pride flag, wasn't it?
I don't know. I just remember seeing her, and she's a military veteran.
Oh, okay.
Air Force?
I don't know. I'm
not sure.
But that's something else you can Google. It's like, but this is a good quality hat. And thank you, Sadie. So make sure to send me in Messenger name, address, and a contact phone number. And this hat will be shipped right to you.
Okay, very cool. Should we do one more right now?
I think we have plenty of gifts. We have plenty of gifts to make sure that you're gonna like the page, and also too, don't give up on Hangout. If you don't win one thing, we have tons of other items here. And once again, another shout out to KOJB because they gave us many items as well. And oh, here's a fun one.
This one, I just love this one.
This one's beautiful. So everybody get ready.
The size for everybody.
This is a double XL. So extra large.
Here it comes. There we go.
Now, is this beautiful or what? We have two bears here in the heart with the pride colors here. This is a beautiful T-shirt. I love this shirt. It's a good quality too. And so you do sound like the home.
And how appropriate. I just love it.
It's very appropriate. And so I'm very happy with this one. And what would you like to do for this one? It's like a little questionnaire too.
Oh my goodness, what should we do?
We should do something that's going to make sure that people are paying attention and making sure that we're going to be broadcasting to every single area. You don't have to be in state as well. You don't have to be in state. Yes, and please share the page. Someone share the page. I was shared this from video of a friend. See, look at the ancient, the heavy metal angel. Share this page. It was shared from a video of a friend. You can share this to any person, and then you can just log on. That's it. And so.
So we'll be able to go back and get these in.
Absolutely. Okay. Those are going anywhere.
All right.
Yes. So this one here, I think that we should have a person that can send us a title of an LGBTQ singer or songwriter. The first person to send us an item from a singer-songwriter.
A name?
A name.
Okay.
A name with a song title in there too. A name with a song title.
That's tough.
That's a tough one because this is a beautiful T-shirt. This is a beautiful shirt. Really, it's a high quality. And so somebody that sends a name of an LGBTQ singer-songwriter with a song title. Hi, Bessa. You'll get this to be the proud owner of this beautiful T-shirt.
Muckwa love.
Muckwa. Muckwa means bear. We're getting close because we do have one, but wait there. Bella White.
Huh?
Bella White made it.
Okay.
So Bella, you are the proud owner of this T-shirt here. It's a beautiful T-shirt. It's a good quality. And so basically, I want you to messenger me in Messenger your name and address and a contact telephone number, and that's it. And we'll ship it right to you. And now I have some more exciting news here and I don't want anybody to go away either because we have another great speaker coming up, but also we have a ton of free gifts that are coming out here. A ton of free gifts. And so please pay attention. And hey, Sherry, please pay attention. And then we're going to get back to our giveaway. But also I want you to pay attention to our next guest that is coming up here. Oops. Bear with me just one moment here. I'm going to connect our next guest. And my phone is going funky. Let's go back into there. Bear with me just one moment here because we're going to connect our next speaker here. There's my viewers. All your viewers to see. Well, I'm trying to connect to. It keeps going away from me. Hold on. Don't go away because we have tons of stuff for you guys. And I'm trying to click, but I don't see there's no add button though. So my viewers, I'm going like this.
Oh, there's the invite there.
Yeah. And this. I'm happy with everybody that is here. So thank you very much for attending.
Boy, there's a lot of people on.
Yes.
Thank you.
And our next guest we sent an invite out, and so now we're just going to wait here for this wonderful person. Hi, Robbie. Rob. Hi, Lily. And let's see him yet. Let's go back. We're going to. I'm going to go back all the way down. It's sent.
Does he need to do something?
I don't know. I sent it out. So our next guest is going to be Christian. And I'm going to try to go back into that, Christian. Your guest allowed, your guest review. Yeah. So I'm going to send an invite. It's sent.
It's sent.
I sent
What
an
does
invite.
he do when he gets it?
Well, when you see the invite, Christian, all you got to do is accept it.
Because I wouldn't know how to do this.
It's only live on Arnold's page. Hold on. Oh, yeah. It is only live on my page. The two-period celebration is being held on my page, and that is live. And Christian. You accepted it? Oh, okay. Well, then where are you? Bear with me one moment. There you are, but it's not coming up as an ad.
Can you tap on his response there? No?
Having a technical difficulty. Hold on. So,
See, this was what you get for listening to Facebook Live from people that are doing it for the first time.
that is true. This could be sent. Huh.
What'd you do last time, Arnold? It worked great.
I know. I should just be going. Here's my guests.
Okay.
And
Those are viewers.
yeah. So we'll go here. Go out here. Bear with me just a moment here. We're gonna.
So you get to watch us squinting at the screen, and
This is on my phone. And then the
it's on a phone. Mm-hmm.
the computer stopped. Hold on. We're almost there. We're almost there. And hello, Bessa. Tell your mom we love her too. We're just having just a little technical difficulty getting our next speaker on here. It only takes a moment. And right now we can hear Elton John playing in the background.
Want me to sing along?
No.
Oh, everyone online thanks you.
I appreciate the gesture. Okay, now because I am out and being at people, so it's okay. I mean, it's like sometimes we have technical difficulties out here. Let's see here. We'll go back here. There we go. Okay, Christian, it's coming. All right, people, thank you for waiting, because this is going to be a person. This is Christian. I'm very excited. There's Christian.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
And then I'm very glad that you're here with us today. And
It won't work on my computer. That's the problem.
that's fine. We had a computer problem with my computer too. So it's like, it is what it is. It's okay. Moving on from that. Very happy to have you here. I love to see the gay pride colors in the background
Yeah,
too.
I like
See
your
that?
hat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I got so this middle one that you guys keep asking about, that's the bi pride flag.
Oh, nice. See, there's so many flags. Sometimes I get confused because I don't
Yeah.
know all of them. And then, but I'm very happy to have you here, and I love earrings too.
Yeah, those are really
Oh, thanks.
You have
Nancy Kingbird made them.
Nancy Kingbird. All right, now shout out to Nancy Kingbird.
Yay.
Yes, very talented. Was up here.
Mhm.
And so,
And part of my generation.
yes,
You're almost there,
almost there.
but you'll never.
I won't. This is another reason why it's important to have dialogue about Two-Spirit stuff, because this is a true story on this. This is a true story I'm going to share with everybody. Because I was giving a presentation, and there was probably, I'm going to say like 40 to 50 people in the room, all different age groups. And I said, does anybody know if there's any LGBTQ elders? So that means, are there any old gay people? And people were sat there for the longest time thinking, I don't know. And I go, of course there's old gay people. Young gay people turn into old gay people.
Yeah,
So
amazing how that.
I know. So I was like, I was shocked. I thought it was gonna be an easy question, because it's one of those things you give away. Whoever answers, give it to them. But there was the longest pause ever. And then so anyway, be an old gay person someday. So we need to make sure that we have like a ready for when I get old. It's a little selfish on my and for our elders that are currently around. They're the people that are the foundation building people.
Yes. Pioneers.
But this is Christian, everybody. I want to thank Christian for being here. Let's start, and please tell a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, first, I guess, Aning Buju, Ginawa, Ajija Kandundame, Christian Indigenous Cause, Gaza Squad Jamaica Gandunjaba, Bamichikama Gandashinda, Nish Manitua Gandao, Anishinaabe Kingidayam, Miigwech. So my name is Christian Taylor Johnson. I'm 28 years old. I am an openly gay man, two-spirit individual. I'm from the Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe. I was born in Minneapolis, but raised on the reservation. And I'm running for Beltrami County Commissioner, District 5.
Yay!
So yeah, that's God, I could go on and on all day long about who I am. And
you have a in your 20s, but Kristen does have a very outgoing personality. He's done a lot of things in his life too. It's like, there's a lot of positive aspects I have to say about you. But one of my questions is like, what, you're running for commissioner?
Yes.
Yes,
okay. I am.
What about that? What made you want to run for commissioner, and then what is your goal?
Well, so I've always been very interested in politics. However, I didn't think that I was going to like actually run for a political position, especially like locally here. I don't know. So it all really started to stem with like that refugee resettlement vote that the county had taken.
Thank you.
It was very ignorant. It was very hate-based and fear-based, and people were all over the place. There was misinformation going around. I thought the commission, specifically my commissioner, conducted himself very inappropriately. He referred to them as invasive, and the vote wasn't even about actual refugees. It was about whether or not we were going to accept financial assistance from the federal government if refugees decided to settle here. And the stuff that I was seeing online and the way people were speaking about refugees, it just really broke my heart, you know, because it's not fair. It's not their fault that their country is not, you know, stable. And it's usually our fault as of the American government. Like, it's usually our fault their countries are unstable. And so the way they were speaking about people and just being very unwelcoming, it just really, it broke my heart and it fueled my fire. And it just, because, you know, everybody should be welcomed here. This is America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Like, this is what we do. Like, we accept everybody.
Did this resonate with you a little bit more because you're LGBTQ two-spirit person?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, because I've already, as an LGBTQ two-spirit individual, like, I have obviously been ostracized from my peers in high school and bullied and all that other stuff. And it just, you know, it really sucks because that's not something that I got to choose. I didn't get to choose whether or not to be gay or not. And they didn't get to choose whether or not to be a refugee and have to flee their home. Like, it's not like they chose to, they were forced to. And the fact that we're going to be disgusting about it and treat people like that. We were on the world stage, not just the national stage, the world stage, and people seeing how ignorant and hateful people here in Beltrami County are. And that represented all of us. That made all of us look bad. That made me, as a gay individual, as a very accepting person, look like a complete ass. And I'm not happy about that. And I want to scream from the rooftops that not everybody in Beltrami County is ignorant like that. That we are not all hateful, that not all of us think like that. Some of us hold very loving, peaceful, accepting values. And I just want, that's my main goal with running for county commissioners, because I want everybody to know that you are welcome here in Beltrami County.
That's wonderful.
Thanks, Christian. And I live in Beltrami County, and I'm on the same page as you are. You know, many years, more than 500 years ago, there were some other refugees that came to Turtle Island, and welcomed them and helped them get
With
some
open arms.
food. And what was their reward for that?
Genocide.
I think we have to remember there's a long history, very, very long, of refugees coming to this country.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Because it is true. Like, when the colonizers first stepped foot on Turtle Island, the Native Americans opened their arms to them. They willingly just allowed them to come here, and they weren't trying to fight them at first about it. You know, they were welcoming and gave them food and shelter and taught them how to live off the land. And then we got stabbed in the back. And so yeah, we need to learn our history. We should be teaching the true history of Turtle Island. And yeah, so yeah, that was pretty much one of the main reasons why I decided to run. I just wanted to at least stand up and say, hey, you don't represent my values. This isn't what everybody in Beltrami County thinks. And yeah, I'm gonna keep screaming. I'm gonna shake the windows. I'm gonna scream from rooftops. I'm gonna march. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna do everything I possibly can to create social and political change. And if that means running for political positions, I guess that means running for political positions. But just because I'm running as a county commissioner, even if I were to win, like, that's not going to stop me from community organizing. That's not going to stop me from rallying in the streets for George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. That's not going to stop me from bringing awareness and education about the LGBTQ community. I also do the drag shows around town. So I mean, we haven't right now due to COVID, but we used to regularly do drag shows and bring awareness about the gay community and the LGBTQIA plus two-spirit community, and just educate people and just have a really good fun time, you know, and show that, you know, we're we're not scary. I may be a man in a dress, but it's a great time. It's fun.
You know, I
And we all look fabulous. It's
those
great.
last. I was just amazed.
And I also too have to applaud Christian because Christian does when he was in drag. You've done different causes and awareness too, and also children are present too. That's a lot of people say. So, well,
Mhm.
and you were there, and you were had a bag full of candy, and you were just like
Yeah.
performing and throwing candy to these children, and they loved it. And I thought it was great.
Wonderful.
It was showing like families because LGBTQ, drag or not, we're people's family, we're brothers and sisters and so forth. So it's like, you know what, this is, you know, it's a big celebration thing, but also
Yep.
too, it's like it's bringing another point forward. And you did it beautifully, and you're great. My favorite song that
Oh, thank you.
is what was that? The one I just seen you perform it. I thought it was hilarious. Your makeup is terrible.
It's terrible. I love that queen.
I love
She's got a graphic name. Her name's Alaska. I won't say her last name. It's vulgar. But she's a great queen. She's awesome. I love a lot of her songs. So I do recreate them in my own way, or try to anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you're very good at what you do, and I want to thank you for all that stuff that you do. And then,
Mhm.
how long have you been a drag queen performing, or even before performing?
Well, okay, so I started practicing makeup probably in 2010. It was right around like my senior year of high school. The summer after I graduated is when I officially like came out of the closet. I moved down to Minneapolis. I went to the gay 90s for the first time, and that Halloween in 2010 was the first time I ever like went out in public in drag. My friend like did my makeup, threw me in some of her clothes, and we went to the 90s for Halloween. And so that's where it all kind of started. And then I just started practicing my own. I kept doing it, working on it, and practicing. And pretty soon I was just like going out to the bars and stuff, like in like painted big old like, so I used to shave my eyebrows to like right here, and then I would draw them on all like super ridiculous and crazy big purple eyebrows. You know, I was really going through a phase. and, and then that phase just turned into a lifestyle. And I love makeup. It's so much fun. You can turn your face into just about anything with some makeup, and
It,
um it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I think I did my first actual performance at the Leech Lake Tribal College maybe in God 2012 2013.
mhm.
But it was just like it was the super it was just like a it wasn't a drag show, it was just like a talent show or whatever that tribal college was putting on or whatever, and I was like, well, I'm gonna do this, forget it. And so I did that, but I started actually putting on drag shows in like 2015, 2016. I think it was 2015. God, it might have even been before that.
But there's a thing there.
It was at BSU.
Because like a lot of people realize, because sometimes they think about drag queen, it's like, oh, it's a man in a dress. Like, no, there's a lot more to it, you know. So it's like, you know,
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of talent actually has to go, because it's the illusion and the amount of dedication too. The makeup, like you're talking about too. It's just like
Yeah.
the whole thing, the performance, and that's
Mhm.
supposed to have like, and there's a whole like different personality that comes forward, and
Mhm.
there's different reasons too. It's like, you know, it can be just for fun. Let's go out tonight. But sometimes like causes and charities, and then
Mhm.
Boys for Tots, all these different things where people are bringing forward. It's like there's drag show performances set up for different reasons. And I think it's great. And it helps to bring awareness, but also in a great and fabulous way. And so I think it's
Yeah.
good.
There's hours and hours that go into the craft. So like for one, 5-minute song that you're gonna perform on stage, there's hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of work that goes into this single number. So I have this 5-minute drag mix that I made called Let Them Eat Cake. And I do this like Marie Antoinette styled powdered wig with this huge
Oh,
black gown. And we hand stoned that gown. Like there's probably 48 hours worth of stoning on that one gown.
wow.
And then the hair, my friend Kyle he's my drag sister, Delicacy. She did the wig for that, and it probably took her 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, consecutively in 2 or 3 different days, like chopping up 3 different wigs and folding it in and sewing it into one wig and making this huge giant, powdered wig for me, and then the hours it took me to make the mix, and so I mean, it's not, and that's just for one song. Like, that's not even all the other hours of numbers for songs that I've put together, and I get volunteers from like my household and my friends and stuff too, because it's a lot of work actually. And I'll even usually like bring my cousin Norvise to the shows with me, so she can lace me into my corset and put my boots on, because once I get 25 layers of tights and pantyhose on, like I can't bend in half to put my shoes on anymore. And so yeah, it is a lot of work, and there's a lot of dedication to it, and I definitely do it because it's a lot of fun. I like to bring awareness to it. It puts money in like the community's pocket here. Like, I hire queens from out of town, like they make good money when they come here. The crowds here in Bemidji are actually, and in Cass Lake, because we've also done shows at Cadillac's, or well, it's now Jen's Cabaret. And so, yeah, it keeps, it gives a little bit of an economic boost to the community while also bringing awareness and education. And I get to have an amazing time doing it. I mean, I stress myself out by, just anxiety the day of and the day before, but it's it's great. I absolutely love doing it, and I can't wait to have another show again. We've been trying to plan like an online one, but because I'm running a campaign and school's about to start again, I'm just so busy, and I just can't find the time, and I really want to, though.
I know you're a busy
Yeah.
man. I know you're a man of many different levels too, because it's. I know you're doing the drag shows, and the thing is too, is like when you're doing it in some of these rural areas too, it's like awareness, and it's bringing people. It's like, well, understanding. It's like, what is the LGBT? Who are we? And then they realize, like, oh, we're actually just like you, just more fabulous in some aspects, But then,
Oh yeah.
then also too, it's like you're bringing different views and different, like running county commissioner. It's like this. You're bringing awareness too. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
There's more than just one certain people in an area. There's a lot of different ones, and then you fill that hat on several different levels. So I want to thank you and applaud you for that. Just to bring awareness.
Oh, you know what? Thank you, Arnold. I really appreciate that. Sometimes I don't feel like what I'm doing is the right thing, or maybe I'm doing too much, and I second guess myself. And then when that happens, stuff can really go awry. And so, like, I just want to thank you and commend you, because honestly, like, you've known me since I was a wee lass, and I appreciate your guidance. Like, you and Matt have been great influences on me and in my youth, and guiding me to be more of myself, like you guys definitely guided me and helped me. So I definitely want to appreciate you as well, because in my youth, like, I feel like you and Matt were the only other like gay people that I really knew. I mean, besides like Bobby and Becky, but yeah, I do really appreciate it. Huh?
We know all the gay people by first name. That's what the community.
Yeah.
Hey, Christian.
Yeah, exactly. It's because we are so small.
Where is District 5?
Okay, so District 5 for the Beltrami County Commission is going to be Ward 3 of the city of Bemidji, Northern Township, and Turtle Lake Township, which is going to be, going up Irvine, which is like that center road that goes all the way up through Bemidji from downtown. It's going to be about 18th and 19th Street, which is going to be right by a church, and it's going to go all the way up Irvine until you hit almost Poposky.
And then
So it's like
information is coming up too, so everybody can just click on Christian's information and it'll bring you right to it.
Yeah, we had a
Sounds
question
great.
about the best way for people in District 5 to contact you. So that's great. You're getting some support here for your campaign, and
yeah, that's awesome, and I really appreciate all the support I can get, because honestly, I need all the votes that I can get before August 11th, which is our primary date. So it's the only county commission seat that has a primary date. And so I need as many the top 2 vote getters are going to be the 2 who move on to the general election come November. And so if I'm not one of those top 2 vote getters, then I'm out, and that's that. And again, I'm not going to be like completely disappointed, but I would really like to at least make it to the general at the very least.
Right now, people can go to the Beltrami County Courthouse before August 11th and vote.
I think it's actually the License Center.
The License Center? Okay.
The License Center, yep. And you go up the stairs, and there's an office there where you can early vote, and they'll point you in the right direction. Otherwise, on August 11th, you can go to your district's polling place. So like Ward 3 is going to be at the Boys and Girls Club, Northern Township will be at the Northern Town Hall, and Turtle Lake will be at Turtle Lake Town Hall.
Wonderful.
Okay, cool. And I really wish you the best, Christian. There's I was meeting with a group of people with Audrey Thayer on Wednesday over at People's Church. Just the number of Native people who are running for office in Bemidji and Beltrami County this year is outstanding, and I hope we can change the face of those groups, at least partially. We need Native voices. And
yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. And thank you, Kristen, for your time. Thank you for your efforts, and thank you for everything that you're doing. And stay tuned too, because you may be winning free prizes as well. So.
Okay, awesome. I just want to throw out there that you can add me on Facebook at Christian Taylor Johnson. You can like my Facebook page at Christian Taylor Johnson for Beltrami County Commissioner District 5. And you can also check out my website at christiantaylorjohnson.com. So
awesome.
Check me out. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you.
Hi. So that's a little different from the drag image we've been hearing about.
Yeah, definitely. But like Arnold said, I'm a jack of all trades. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christian.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
And Christian's information that he just listed off, and there's some already up there. And so, thank you, Christian, for your time, and have a wonderful day. Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you, guys. Love you guys. Bye.
We're going to have a new speaker coming up here in just a moment, but before we have that, we need to give some stuff away. We need to give some stuff away first. And
okay. This t-shirt is what size?
That's a large.
A large. Oh, it's a youth large.
It's a youth
12
large.
to 14. And look at this. It is a sequined rainbow.
Isn't that pretty? It's all sequined.
It is just beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's really cool. And I love this t-shirt. It's nice colors. It's a nice rainbow here.
This is some nice thick material too.
It is. It's a good material. I like this a lot.
So let's see. How about we do the fourth person to message us with the word rainbow.
The fourth person to message rainbow. This is an easy one. So the fourth person to message us rainbow gets this shirt. Now, I wouldn't wait to see. It's like, well, I want to wait for somebody else to go. Then I would try to get in there, because it may just add up really quick, and then you're just going to miss out on anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just, the fourth person that we see that says rainbow is going to get it.
One. There's two. There's three.
Lisa Roulette.
Lisa
Roulette made it.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Okay, I know where Lisa lives. We can just leave that here.
Okay.
So you don't need to message Lisa and Messenger. I'll just make sure that you get this shirt.
All right. Okay, we'll put this over here. And the next one, oh my gosh, here, let's go. We'll go from small to big.
This is funky cool.
So this is an adult medium.
And look at this. This is funky
Ask me
cool.
about my pronouns.
I like this because this brings some information about, because sometimes people don't go by the he, she, or the ones that we always think that we're going to be going. Sometimes people have different pronouns, and we just need to be aware of that today. That's just to be culturally sensitive. And then sometimes if you don't know what pronouns people want, the easiest thing that I know, just ask them, what pronouns do you use? Do you like to be called he? Do you like to be called she or they? And so it's an easy thing, just ask. So here's the thing, what are my pronouns? Right here. And this is kind of written in like a really cool, funky spray paint 70s type look. You know, so I like this shirt.
And it'll go with anything. It's all colors.
It's all colors of the rainbow again, because we are all colors of the rainbow. And this is just to see if anybody's been paying attention. So this is going to be our next one here, which is, where's that one that we're talking about? The
Which one?
let's find a different
This
one,
one?
here.
Or no, this one.
Let's do
Is
a
this the one
harder
you're
flag
looking
here.
for?
Let's look for a harder one.
Okay.
Okay.
Trick questions here.
Who can tell me what this flag means? The first person to tell me what this flag represents gets this wonderful T-shirt here.
Ask me about
Ask me about my pronouns.
Mine are she, her, and hers.
Mine are his, or him, his, and
His.
his. Yeah, it's all his. I'm all his. Hey, Angie. Hey, Ray. Hey, Audrey. Oh, listening to us in our car. Make sure it's hands-free. You don't want to be safe and stuff.
Yeah.
But first person to tell me, by pride. Is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's right. There we go. There it is.
Trans?
Rain Roybal, actually. This is
Oh,
the pan.
pansexual. Oh, Rain
Pansexual.
won it.
Yes.
Yay, Rain. And I can just give this to your mother and see if she decides to give it to you.
Yes, this is like
And
vibe,
Rain,
it's the
Rain
pan.
is going to. Rain and Roberta are going to be joining us here in just a little bit.
Yes. So congratulations.
Yeah, cool. So, oh, and we go little again.
This one's very cute. So all the mothers, uncles, aunties, grandmas, grandpas, pay attention to this one.
This
This
is
is great.
a 12-month.
Look at this one
We
here.
are family.
That is amazing.
And everybody's got a baby in their family.
And it's got the different color of the rainbows here, the yellows and blues and the pinks, and then here's the little rainbow here.
Pink.
This is very adorable. And what size is this again?
12 months.
12 months.
And it's a little onesie.
It's a onesie.
Great for summer all by itself.
Once again, it's a nice soft material too. It feels like it's a good quality.
Yeah. So what are we going to do for this one, Arnold?
This one here. Let's see if I know who's been paying attention. What size is this onesie that we just said? And notice we're not even going to do a difficult question for this because this is a cute little outfit here. So what size is this one? This is very cute.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Ray Burns. Ray Burns just got it.
Is it Ray or Roy?
Ray.
Ray, okay.
Just text or messenger me your name, address, and I have your contact phone. Just contact phone number. So name, address, contact phone number, messenger, and we'll send this right over to you, Ray. It is a very, very cute, very good quality little onesie here, and I think whoever's going to get this is going to be very comfortable. And it's nice too because we're all in one great big family.
And we are all family. We're all related, right?
That's right.
Okay, this is an XL.
XL.
Pride, pride, pride.
Love this because I love wearing black, and this is pride, pride, pride. This
And
is a
anybody could wear
color.
this, and it's just beautiful. Those colors really stand out on the black. So, you're better at these ideas than I am.
Yeah, well then, I'm gonna go with was it Anna Goldtooth said some great question on there. Trying to remember what that was. Oh, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. So we're gonna do something very easy on this one. First person. Hi, Jace Rowe. What you're watching is LGBTQ Two-Spirit, and then we're gonna make this for people that are just tuning in. We're talking about Two-Spirit Dialogue, which is going to be LGBTQ, which gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, pansexual, asexual. And then we want to make sure we're doing a celebratory event here. And we're having ours via Facebook Live. And then what we're doing is a lot of giveaways as well. So you're going to be getting a lot of information to make sure that for people looking out for, to make sure that we're anti-bullying, anti-hate, suicide prevention. And there's certain outreaches that people are having that we'll be providing as well as we go along. But then we're informing people what certain little flags are meaning. The Two-Spirit Dialogue is the LGBTQ. I think we're discussing that right now. And then, but while we're going on this little journey here, we're giving away a lot of free gifts. And so with a little definition on this, like this one here, this shirt here says
we got
Pride,
this
Pride,
beautiful
Pride.
Pride t-shirt.
It's beautiful. And for this one here, just make sure, because we did cover some of these earlier today, this is to show who's paying attention. So what's this flag mean? This is kind of cool. So what does this flag mean here? And that's it. That just shows that people who've been watching and paying attention, and and some people just may know what this flag is. I know what this flag means. Do you? This is your flag, actually.
I know, it's my flag. No, I remember. I remember.
All right. Hi, Connie. Yes. Ancient, the heavy metal angel.
Ooh.
You have won this t-shirt. It's a nice t-shirt. It's a good quality. We're very happy that you are here with us. Please share our information, like our pages, and please send me your name, address, and telephone number on Messenger. And that way we make sure this is going to get right to you.
We will mail it to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think we're going to have to get to another speaker here.
Yes, let's do that.
We're going to go to E. Joseph here, and he's going to be here just a moment. And I'm very happy.
Oh, okay. So then we've got one more, and then Rain and Roberta will be after that.
Yes.
Okay. Boy, we were a little worried about using up our time today, Arnold, and
We need more.
Hey, can you hear me?
Joseph, open guard Peltier.
So let me get this. It's actually Ernest Joseph Uppegard Peltier III.
Wow,
whoa,
awesome.
That's quite a handle.
Oh, I know. So I go by Joe for short, or Joey, whatever comes out of your mouth.
I'm going to call you Joe.
Sweet.
That works for me.
Thank you for inviting me to the space. Do you mind if I just jump in, or do you have any questions?
Please introduce yourself. People know who you are, and then share some information.
Hey, folks. Thank you for coming to the Two-Spirited event today. I am, as I said, Ernest Joseph Uppegard Peltier III, Joey for short. I'm a Turtle Mountain Band member out from North Dakota. Just moved to Bemidji in the last 2 years, and I'm currently running for Bemidji City Council Ward 5.
Wow.
Thank you. It's been a crazy, crazy ride, just saying. I would like to give a big shout out to two of my good friends who are getting married today, Trent Barthrow and Jeffrey Thomas, who are actually citizens and folks from Bemidji here. And I'll actually be going to that wedding here in a few hours with my husband. Let's see. As we're talking about marriages, like I said, I am married. I am a two-spirited person. I'm married to Tyler Uppegard Peltier. He's an amazing man. He's currently gaming out right now. I married a nerd. I love it. Our wedding was about 2 years ago in September. It was actually during the Brett Kavanaugh stages of our government, where he was going through his not endorsement process, but his nomination process. And Tyler and I, we were greatly concerned that with the shift in power in the Supreme Court, that there was a huge possibility that we wouldn't be able to get married, that they would overturn the 2015 Act that allowed us for civil unions here in the United States. And we decided earlier that year that we were going to get married. I actually proposed to him at a BJ Armani's drag show. On stage. It was amazing. I had all our friends there, and I surprised him. BJ helped a lot. She had a fake contest, and it was a dance off, and he was up there. I was nervous. I was on the phone outside smoking a cigarette, talking to my mom right as this was happening, and I'm walking inside, and BJ's like, "Hey, Tyler, where's your significant other?" And I just scream, "I'm right here!" running up to the stage. Of course, he said yes.
Nice.
And it was we got married in September. It was a courthouse wedding. Honestly, we wanted a bigger thing, but we kind of rushed it because of Brett Kavanaugh, and um, I'm glad that that hasn't hit the Supreme Court yet, and I'm praying that it doesn't hit the Supreme Court. Um, as for what's going on, I am from North Dakota, so I still keep in touch, and then I follow my tribe out in Turtle Mountain, and the North Dakota GOP or the Republican Party just passed a resolution against anti-LGBTQIA individuals in their own party platform, and that sparked the local conversation across North Dakota, including my band members. And I'm proud of my chairman Jamie Azure. He stepped forward the other night on Facebook to address all the hate, and he came out as supportive to two-spirited individuals in our LGBTQIA plus community.
Good.
And I just want to give him a big shout out for that, for calling out that hate and supporting us.
I want to go back to one of your questions or the thing that you said earlier, because they were talking about the Supreme Court and they were talking about laws. And did you hear a lot of people, because they're saying it's like, well, hey, congratulations, because you can still stay married. You know, it's just like, oh, hey, you know, it's like, I'm happy to hear that, but it's kind of like when you are in that community, it's like, well, hey, you still have rights. You know,
Yeah.
good for you. I was like, yeah,
Exactly.
but I can't believe we're still fighting for this sometimes. Like, you know,
Yes.
and people say, well, congratulations, you still have rights. Like, well, I'm always worried about, is the day going to come when I don't have rights? And that's a very frightening thing.
Geez, Arnold,
It
my
is.
equality always has rights. How about
Yeah.
yours? You know,
True story.
Really listen to that statement, and to know what civil rights are and are supposed to be. It's ridiculous, but so many people don't see that. And depending on the politicians that we elect to office, it could go away for people that we love, for people who are part of our community and have good family. Talk about family values. Oh my God. Both the married and unmarried LGBT
You're kind of breaking up a little bit.
losing things that are so important and that are just normal everyday things for the rest of us. You know, that we've always taken for granted, but some people in our communities don't get to do that, and we need to fight for that for everybody.
And I agree. You know, we're in a scary time, and we've seen this build up over the past decade now with the growth of the Tea Party taking over the Republican Party nationally, and then just all the hateful rhetoric at our last administration, towards our last administration. And then we've seen over the last 5 to 6 years the rise in our protests, the marches that we've had, the Women's March, the Indigenous Peoples March, George Floyd rallies, the George Floyd protests, the riots on the streets in Portland currently, and also the rallies in Portland. And we are in a scary time. We do see our rights being infringed. It's not just our community now that's being targeted. It's all of us labor class individuals that are being left out in our current government. And that's kind of what spawned me to run for public office. And honestly, I'm an introvert by nature, and being out here in the public and running and talking and engaging is something that I'm really not natural about. So I'm passionate for the change that we're pushing for, because once we address everyone's issues, I believe that we will have a better community. Our community will grow and prosper. a little bit about my campaign. I am running on a primary campaign, so just like Christian, um, August 11th is my next hurdle in my race, and I'm hoping to pass with a good amount of support. We've been out there door knocking and going to events locally. Um, what the incumbent that I'm going against, and I generally I like my incumbent. She's been a great counselor for the last I think it's been almost 12 to 15 some years, and I've watched her since I moved into town, paying attention on the WebEx. The city actually posts all the city council meetings, so you can watch it all. And I enjoy that she's very fiscally savvy, and she's asking those questions that need to be asked. Yet I was part of the organizing group that organized the last 4 events here in Bemidji, the last 4 big ones, the May 30th George Floyd rally. Following that, the the Black Student Union from BSU's, their follow-up George Floyd rally. I helped organize with that, and the 2 other after that. And from the May 30th rally, my incumbent, she was questioned because she actually was there. She was present. She wasn't with the group though. She was parked in the alley watching the rally itself. And I didn't have, but a local resident told me this afterwards. He went up to her car and he asked her, "Say, what do you think about this peaceful protest?" And she said, "Nothing." And she rolled up her window and hit reverse and pulled out of there. And then the following Monday, when we were discussing, or when the Bemidji City Council was discussing the curfew that was in place after that and how the officers reacted to us, the incumbent, she all out openly congratulated the officers and condoned all their actions. And as one of the organizers and person on the scene, I'm angry, upset, and fearful of our Bemidji Police Department understanding what happened that night, and then actually going through and having those conversations with our community members, with the police station, the county sheriff, the county commissioners, with all of that. And it's to my understanding that those officers that were there that day they were ordered not to even engage us. They were ordered not to be there. They went rogue. They engaged us 2 separate times. The first time we were able to push them back and get them away from our attendees. The second time they blocked the road where we were marching, and that's where the huge conflict that arose in Bemidji. Something that no one's talking about, that's something that should be covered, is 3 people got hit by a officer's car that day. No one's talking about it. It was a Native American woman who was event marshal with us, my sister personally, African American male, and then a 7-year-old Native girl who were hit as the officer hit reverse as his vehicle was surrounded by protesters, or excuse me, not protesters. We were event attendees, and I've personally asked. Well, excuse me. My sister has tried to engage with the local media to get her story out. She filed a report on scene. She actually has a legal case against the city of Bemidji, and nobody wants to address that elephant in the room. It was 3 BIPOC community members that were hit that day, and it's something that's being brushed under the rug. And I see that, and I see my incumbent congratulating the officers on how well they reacted that day, and it aggravates me.
Do you?
That's not representation for Ninemore, which is my ward, and the majority of us, through conversations that I've had with the people I've door knocked, my friends, my neighbors, we're generally upset, and something needs to be done with our race relations in Bemidji.
Yes.
And coming up on August 10th, if you've been following the Bemidji City Council, there is there's a phone call that came in. August 10th, there's a police advisory committee open forum session that the Bemidji City Council will be hosting along with the Bemidji Police Department. And we've been organizing here locally as a BIPOC community to put forward demands and requests and resolutions on how to address the race relations in Bemidji. There is a petition that will be going around later on today that's actually through a Project for a Change, which is a part of the Blacks in Bemidji group here in Bemidji. I know that the Our Revolution Bemidji's organization has discussed creating a petition to go along with the Project for a Change petition, and I'm encouraging any organization in Bemidji, in Beltrami, to actually rally your forces, call to arms, and get your list of demands, get your talking points ready, and come to this event on August 10th that the city is hosting, so we can actually, address these issues.
What are the details for that event, Joe? Like what time, and is it in person or online? How is that being hosted?
So the conversation in the Bemidji City Council is currently that there's still talks that there might be utilizing the Stanford Center for that. If not, they're falling back on WebEx, maybe possibly going to Zoom, because WebEx is a really just hard to use application. On this coming Monday at the City Council meeting, we'll be discussing more details and actually crafting how we'll be hosting that kind of dialogue in that forum, and how we'll be receiving questions from the community, and what time it will be. So this coming Monday would be a great time to actually pop in, join WebEx with me, and just sit and listen.
I think you're probably bringing like a nice perspective, because coming from the LGBTQ community and Two-Spirit, and then cultural aspects, is sometimes people forget about what the other person is like, or who is on the other side. I mean, we're all not supposed to be, but fresh perspective to all.
Yeah, I agree. We need representation in Bemidji.
Yep.
We only have one sitting Native American on council or locally, and that's Tim Sumner's. Reelect Tim Sumner's. He got my vote in support. But we have Audrey Thayer, who's running. We have Christian Taylor Johnson, who was just on. We have myself. Dan Jourdain just announced the other day that he's running for the at-large position, and then can't remember her name. Oh, it'll come to me. But we have a great amount of Anishinaabe people coming in out and wanting to represent our community, wanting to be there for us, and listening to the concerns of our peers and of our family members and of our neighbors. And I think with that's going to bring our community closer with the other communities in our area. And that's something that I've been striving for since I've moved here to Bemidji, is to actually build those coalitions here in Bemidji so we can push for positive change. It starts from protest and leads up to policy.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you very much,
Joe. That's wonderful, and I am really encouraged to see young people, and especially young Native people, coming out, stepping up, running for office. It takes so much courage and energy to do this, and really speaks to what our future will be in this area. Who represent everyone in the community.
You know, I'm gonna give a big shout out to my inspiration for running, and that's Ruth Ann Buffalo out of North Dakota. She's North Dakota representative there. I've been following her campaign. We've been friends for the last 5 years, and she's inspired me to reach into my heritage and actually embrace who I am as a Native American, and also as a two-spirited individual. And without her courage, without our women leading the front for us, I don't think that we'd be as strong as where we are currently. So I have to give a great shout out to Ruth Ann Buffalo and our Indigenous women out there that are pushing the way for us.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you for the space. You can check out more about me on my website, which is www.ejop3.com, which is Ernest Joseph Upagard Peltier III.
Awesome.
EJOP. And then if you want to follow me on Facebook, my campaign page is facebook.com/EJPO3.
Perfect.
Oofda. Tongue tied. Thank you for this space, and miigwech.
Miigwech. Have a
Good
great
luck.
day. Thank you. All right. I think it's going to be time for some more giveaways.
Yeah, a couple more t-shirts.
Yeah. Oh, this one's amazing. This one's amazing. The ones that you are on there, you're going to want this one.
This is a size, well, I think it's a youth large.
Make sure that's a youth. I think it's a small women.
No, it says large.
Oh, it is.
So it must be a youth large.
This one's amazing.
It is so cute. There's the rainbow unicorn, and it's fringy. It's got this long, beautiful fringe.
It's a good quality too. I really like this one a lot. This one's really cute.
Sleeveless.
This one is amazing. So I hope that people were to do another flag test here.
Oh, okay.
I want to use.
Oh.
Does anybody know what this one is? First person that knows what this flag represents. And it starts with an initial like that. So just a FYI. And this is a really good shirt. So the first person that mentions anything about this flag that is correct gets that shirt.
And this is my flag. And I just saw this online the other day, and I think it's really beautiful.
This one's fine. But yes, this is.
No, I meant this is for me.
For you, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why this is representing.
Oh, that's for you. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see which one you picked.
Yeah, this one represents me, but this one's representing Carol.
Yes.
That's wonderful. And close, Lisa. Starts with an A. It starts, hey, Nita.
Oh, hi, Nita. How are you? Not far away, perhaps.
And we are giving away this t-shirt. Yes! Sadie Cooper.
Oh, that's her second one.
Oh, you missed out. But hang in there because we got a whole bunch of free gifts here. But yes. And then, Sadie, we have your information already, I believe. And so this shirt is really cool, though. I got to say, this one is.
I know.
This one's amazing. Look at that.
Arnold is so disappointed I didn't buy one in his size.
I know. I would have rocked this.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
All right. And that's what, Lisa, that's the whole thing about this learning. Everybody's learning.
Okay, so the next one.
Next one here is, I don't know what this one is.
This is another bigger one. This is an adult XL.
Adult XL. Oh, I love it.
It says, Authentic.
Authentic. And I love the colors in this here too. This will go great with like
Mhm.
jeans and white shorts and stuff like that.
Oh,
So this is
yeah.
great.
These are really summer colors, but they're year-round colors.
Yes. And then so I really like this. And then let's see, what's a good, if somebody could just tell us a gay Native American artist that with a song title, you get the shirt. Gay Native American
Glad news
singer-songwriter.
on that one, Arnold.
We've been listening to it. I don't know if anybody would, I don't know if you can hear, but we have been listening to LGBTQ artists of the day here. And it's been, what was it? Well, I'm not going to say the name right now because you have to tell me one.
Yeah, really.
So you tell me one LGBTQ singer-songwriter with a song title, and that shirt is going to be yours. And there's more gifts coming too. So just an FYI. And just kind of waiting here.
And after this one, we'll get to our next speakers.
It is.
Yep.
Those are the right colors.
It's
That's
the
right,
trans
Sadie.
colors, but we need an LGBT two-spirit Native artist.
Yep. Singer-songwriter, LGBTQ, title of one of their songs. There's a whole bunch of them. There's tons of them. That's something else that people can Google as well
Yeah.
to find out what your Native American, or not Native American, but there are some Native American LGBTQ artists, but also just find your LGBTQ singer-songwriters. There's a lot, probably more than you would think, but there's a lot. And it's they have beautiful music. Beautiful music. And I want to mention the names right now, but I'm waiting for somebody to tell me one. Tell me one, and you can have this shirt. It's free. We mail it to you. There we go.
Oh, Miranda Lambert. Oh, there's.
She keeps me warm.
Sadie, you're going to get quite a package.
You're getting quite a package, Sadie. All right, and I believe we have another speaker now.
Okay, yep.
What are we looking for?
Rain Roybal.
Rain Roybal. All right, we're going to send Rain a message here.
Or Roberta. Squinting at the phone.
Yeah, we're looking. Oops. And so I want to find Rain in here. Oh, that's not there. Either one.
Not there.
Yep. So let's do another. We'll check again in a minute. We're gonna do because this is how many we have right
What's
now.
that other list? Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my friends. This is the ones
That's
that are
not
currently working.
That's not 25.
No, it's not. Hold on here.
No.
Let's do. Why is this acting up on me again?
Okay, so I'll just put on the couch. That's your delivery.
I'm going to look down here. Bear with me just one moment, please. And as we try to find Rain Roybal. Oh, 5 more minutes. Okay. So we'll
Do
do
we
the
have
giveaway.
to be done then?
No, Rain needs 5 more minutes.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do another drawing.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
have some
this
great
one's really
shirts.
cool.
Oh, this one's cool.
This one's cool. This is an adult large, and it's a crop top, and it's kind of see-through.
Ooh.
So,
This is nice. This is cool.
yeah, the wind will blow through, and
It's a jersey-like material.
mhm,
This is really cute.
and it says "Love Wins."
Okay, so if you can tell me who sings the song "I'm the Only One," you can have that. Now, which artist sings that song? No. Well, maybe that person does sing that song, but an LGBTQ artist, an LGBTQ person sings "I'm the Only One."
Tigger used to say that too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tigger did say that. But there's another person that sings that.
Oh.
Yes, Lily Hinton. You're going to receive this fabulous t-shirt, or it's a fabulous crop top actually, made out of a jersey material, and it's very cute. And if you could just messenger me your name, telephone number, and address, we will ship it out to you free. And thank you for participating. And so we got another gift here we're going to be giving away.
Okay. This is our last t-shirt.
The last t-shirt, but now we have items though too. We have tons of
I
items.
got some other things. So this is a 2X.
2XL.
A 2X, and it's similar to
too.
one of our youth ones. It says human.
It does say human. And if anybody, because we had this question already, see, I love all the different colors of the flags and everything here. This one here, we just talked about it a moment ago. And so if we can find somebody, the first person to tell me what the M stands for, this color pattern, this t-shirt is yours.
And if you are human, you can wear this.
Absolutely.
Of course, you could potentially put it on one of your pets if they're large, or
yeah, mine won't fit my cats.
it won't fit your cats. I have a dog that it would fit.
Oh, there's one of them.
Yep.
One is behind me. There's my cat, Alice. She's sleeping. She's that gray blob right there. She's one of my allies as well.
You bet.
Yes. Lily, you are the proud owner of this t-shirt.
Oh, Lily Hinton.
Yeah.
That's another one.
You get another one. All right. And then we're moving on to...
Let's see if Rain is ready.
Let's take a peek here. Let's see if our speaker is ready to go. I'm going to go through the list here real quick. And hold on. That's all my friends. Okay. I'm just going to go for.
But that's to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's try to invite here. Let's see. I'm going to go back here just a moment, please. I'm trying to invite you, Rain. Oh. Having another technical difficulty, of course. But that's okay. We'll get it. I'm going to go to, what is this? Oops. All right. Bear with me just one more moment here, peeps. There we go. Thank you, Rain. And we're going to have our another speaker, Rain Roybal. I don't know if it's Roy Ball or Roy Bull, but we're going to find out from Rain.
To her say it. How that goes.
Can you guys hear me?
You can see you.
Rain, hi. How are you today?
I just set this up so you guys can hear me and see me. I might have to hold it.
Okay. Now, do you have earbuds you can put? That's that earlier, getting feedback from the phone.
Feedback from the phone. She said, you have earphones? Say no.
Okay, I have. Yeah, I do. Hold on. Give me a second.
Awesome.
Hey, Roberta, how are you?
The mic's over here, so I might have to do it, and I'll just put it here. Okay. All right. Hello.
Awesome.
Alrighty. Hi.
Hi.
Well, thank you for being here, and could you just like introduce a little bit of yourself and just share a little bit about who you are?
Okay, yeah, hi, I'm Rain. I go by she, her. Um, I'm bisexual. I just turned 18 years old, so I'm very just now being an adult and all that. So
You
yeah,
just graduated from Buganagisha School,
yeah,
and
yeah, I
I
did.
know your mother is so proud of you.
Thank you. But yeah, I think the few things that I just want to talk about today, but like I just want to acknowledge all the beautiful voices that were before me. Like they really had their very strong spirits, I could see, and they had very intellectual, conversations, and they were very vocal, and I respect that with people who are passionate about, who they are and what they believe in, and they're not afraid to stand up. So I want to respect everybody who was before me and be able to be on the same level as them, hopefully, through my insight. But
Wonderful.
yeah.
Absolutely wonderful.
I,
Because I was like, it's interesting because I wanted, it's nice to touch on different dynamics to different age groups. So I'm really excited about the age group.
yeah. Hold on, I think I got it. There you go. Okay. I finally got like a stand. So okay. Yeah. I feel like there are a lot of, especially for kids my age, what I see is they are very beautiful. Where they have individuality, where when it comes to expression and makeup, like they're not afraid to speak on their platforms and social media. When it comes to actually IRL and speaking and using your voice, I feel like it has a little bit of a struggle when it comes to that. Because I understand, because I have a little bit of a struggle too when it comes to, getting out there, out of my shell and speaking. But the one thing that I want to have kids know is that it's okay to either experiment in your sexuality or just, not know who you are when you're younger. Because I feel like we live in a generation where, since we live online, like you have to have this sort of online presence. You have to know who you are as a person right away. And I feel like we don't hardly give kids a chance to just be themselves and experiment and grow.
Yep.
If they identify as LGBTQ or not. And especially seeing adults before us and handling things, and they are very, very mature and they have an understanding. You kind of look up to them and like, oh, these people understand who they are. I have to be at this, certain level. But you don't, you can experiment and, be who you are. Because I know a few friends who have experimented a lot, and they identify as a certain thing, and now they don't. They identify completely opposite, and people crucify them, being like, "Oh, well, you're pretending to be gay," and it's like, no, they're just experimenting, and that's perfectly normal.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
yeah. So like, since I'm bisexual, I feel like not a lot of people, even straight or gays, identify as a sexuality. Kind of like, oh, you're just halfway, like you didn't come out yet, but you'll get there. But it's like, no, even if I end up with a woman, or even if I end up with a guy, I will still be bisexual at the end of the day,
Yes.
And
That's why I
and
clear that up, because sometimes people get confused with bisexual. I think you haven't made a choice. It's like it's
yeah,
confusing. It's just this is who I am.
yeah. Yeah, like it's a sexuality. Trust me, like it's not gonna be a choice. Regardless of who I end up with, I'm still bi. I feel like sometimes people confuse bisexuality with pansexuals because of our, trans folk in the community. But trans people are still their gender that they identify as now. Like a trans male is still a male. Trans women are still female at the end of the day. They are women. So, like, every time people are like, well, would you date a trans person? I said, obviously, yes, I would. Even if they're male, they're still male. Like, they're still their sex, they're still their gender. So, like, I feel like people confuse that with being pansexual, but it's just like, no.
Absolutely. Thank you for clearing that up too, because sometimes people get confused as to, what does this mean? And try to find something. Well, then would you date this person? It's like, we're all human beings. It's like,
yeah.
Yep.
So I'm glad that you clarified some of this, because there are some new terminologies that have come out today, and it's like, that's why our list, the LGBTQIA, and it's like it's becoming longer, and it's wonderful to have people in here to explain to others. It's like, what does this mean? It's like, well, this is what it means.
Mhm.
and it's okay. And sometimes people just need to find out where they fit in. It's like, well, it's like, well, I feel like am I different from everybody else? Well, no. It's like you we all fit in with this little flag here. It's like
Yes.
we're all there, and it's okay. And it's wonderful to have like people, especially for your generation too, because I'm getting older, so we need to talk to somebody younger.
Yeah.
But
I feel like, yeah. Um,
did you have a lot of
well,
support in
with
school?
people, I'm getting like a delay. Yeah. Um, I can still hear you even though you're not saying anything, so I'm getting a delay. Hold
Oh,
on.
it's a
Okay.
little delay sometimes.
Yeah. Um, hold on, I'm just gonna wait till it's done. um, okay, there you go. Alright, alright. So I feel like my main goal at the end of the day was with all this political stuff that's going on nowadays with I just seen an article that said that Trump literally made a law that yeah, that hospitals or whatever, like doctors, if for religion reasons, can decline a trans or LGBTQ person legally now. Like that's, they can do that. But like you would think if a doctor would just serve people regardless of religion or gender or race, but he literally made that where he can not serve our trans people, and it's insane to me where people say like, oh, you can't get political with this, but I mean, at the end of the day, I just wish we lived in a world where, yeah, all lives matter, but
Yeah.
we need to acknowledge the people who are, not having justice and not having our legal human rights, like our LGBT
Mhm.
people or our other races, minorities.
And Rain, it's not you or any other LGBTQ two-spirit person who made it political. It's the other, it's the other side, the folks
Yeah,
who want to
yeah,
acknowledge and support your civil rights.
yeah.
Well said.
I think that's a big thing where it's just like, at the end of the day, I just see the person for who they are.
Hmm.
And that's beautiful. That's the way it's supposed to be. And it's kind of weird because
Yeah,
people say, I don't, you know, we do say it's like, well, I don't want to make things political, but we have to
yeah,
say but because like I want to make sure that my rights stay equal rights. I don't want them to go away because once you lose a right, you're not getting it back. So it's like
Hmm.
we hold.
exactly. Yeah. It amazes me how like, yeah, it just amazes me how some people can just like live in a world full of hate and like they see somebody and they judge. And it's like I get understanding somewhat judging, but at the same time, don't let a certain either sexuality or race define that person's character for who they are as a person. You know, being bisexual is that's what I identify as. It's something that's majorly a part of me, but it's not what defines me, who I am as a person. My actions, what I choose to speak on, how I am with my friends and my family, how I choose to better my community. That's what defines me as a person.
That's beautiful. That's very
Hmm.
well said. Very well spoken.
Yeah.
Everything you just said, and are representing because was it difficult like in school, not just you but maybe somebody else? Was there like outreach programs or suicide prevention things where the counselors available to tackle certain issues and subjects?
Yeah, I feel like it really was. I mean, coming out was very challenging for me. Um, I remember I kind of figured out when I was in ninth grade exactly what I identified as, but I didn't really come out until like halfway of my 10th grade year. And like, I remember I just felt this very sadness and this very dark depression. And because I was hiding a part of who I was. And I'm going to be very honest, some families aren't very accepting of that. And my family at first wasn't, the, most accepting. But after a little while, like, she came around and she accepted who I was, and it was kind of a relief because I want other kids to know that I understand being in such a dark situation where some nights I would literally pray and cry that I did not like girls and that I wasn't bi. I was just like something was wrong with me or something. I would literally cry and be like, please, please, please do not like me like girls. Like, please don't. And, it's very heartbreaking, trying to go against something that you can't really fight. And I just finally, when I chose to accept that part of me, I was 10 times happier and a better understanding of who I was as a person when I did that. So I just want kids to know that it's okay. You are completely normal regardless of what you identify as, and there's nothing wrong with you experimenting, or not. Just be yourself, and the real people who would love and accept you for your characteristics will come around,
That
and they're beautiful inside out. Yeah.
beautifully said,
Yes.
very well said, very well spoken, and it puts into perspective too, because when we do come out, it is very difficult. We're very vulnerable. It's like we're very raw and open at this point. We're reaching out, and people say, "Will you still love me because this is who I am?"
Yeah.
And it's very scary. And sometimes the family, when they say, "I'm not sure," then it's like, and then you feel really bad. It's like, well, but sometimes the family just needs the education as well to find out. It's like, I'm still the same person. And it just here's that's why there's outreach programs out there like PFLAG and all that. So we just need a little more information to find out, are you safe? Am I safe? What's going to happen? And when you said that, it was beautiful, because a lot of LGBTQ people go through that same issue, and you're very raw and very exposed at that moment. You're very vulnerable, and so it's like, and sometimes we don't get a good response at all.
Yeah.
And so what happens to these students and these kids, and even young adults or whoever, whenever they're coming out in certain time frames of their life, it's a very powerful, very frightening experience sometimes. And it's like, I'm glad yours is turning out well. It sounds like you've got a pretty good support system going on, and I see your flag behind you on the left.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that makes me very happy, and it also makes me very happy to hear people like you going out there and advocating. It's a big step to come forward and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell people this is who I am." Also to advocate for them, saying, "You're going to be okay too." I love that, and I want to appreciate. Tell you how much I appreciate that.
And Ray, just thank you so much for sharing that with.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's heartbreaking to me that any young person has to wonder if they're loved, because, based on what their sexuality is. And, just to say to the young people in all of our communities that, if your family doesn't accept you, please find another adult who's safe, who does. At your school or somewhere in your community, someone you can trust who's going to let you know that you are every bit as lovable with every part of what makes you who you are.
Yeah. I'm still getting that delay. Hold on.
That's okay.
It's so good. Okay, there you go. Okay, stop. Okay. That delay. Like, I was like trying so hard to like read your lips, but I'm still getting that delay. So it's like, yeah. But yeah. I mean, I want to suggest having that one first person that you really trust. Because I know my first person I came out to was my sister, and like. I didn't even have to come out. I was literally like, we had a conversation where it was like, I told her like, yo, I need to tell you something. And like, I was like being really serious, and she was like, yeah, are you gay? But I was like, bye. But how'd you know? She was like, I bet you. And I was like, wait, what? Like, she was like so understanding and something. Like, she knew even before I knew. So it's just like having that one close person who you really trust and knows is gonna accept you is like the most relieving thing. It's a blessing. It really is. Because that first person, gives you hope, and it's like, yes, there are people who understand. There are people who, are very loving and accepting.
Wonderful.
And I know your mom has become one of those, but I think she talked about that there was a little bit of confusion at first.
Yeah, I mean, there kind of was, but because I knew, but I didn't at the same time. So I was like, I knew that I liked girls, but I knew that I also liked guys. So it was just like, do I have to choose? That was like, am I? Yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
So yeah.
Okay. Is
But
Mom there?
Talk about the first one of the events we went to Arnold. We went to his event, remember? That's how you got me to understand a little bit more. We could talk about that.
But yeah, my mom is gonna get the floor next after me in a little bit to talk about her program and how she fits into the situation. But yeah, I just want to give kids that it's okay. Take your time. If you don't want to come out, we're completely understanding. We'll have open arms if you're ready. You know the people. You have this program. You have me too. I'll be here to talk and be very understanding. But I just want people to know that they're not alone at all. You know, there's so many people in this community that you can come to who are understanding.
Wonderful.
Because I know it took me a little while too, and that closet can get dark. You know, it really can. You know, people think like, oh, it's easy, just hide who you are. It's really not. You know, I was not in my best mental health. I think I was in my worst, like, mental state I could possibly be when I was hiding a part of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, those are powerful words.
So yeah.
Powerful words, and I really thank you for those. Seriously.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Mom, you want to?
How much is the charge does it have?
Hmm?
Battery.
Okay, hold on. 15%.
Hi, Mom.
Hey,
Hello. Okay. It's kind of like there's like background music. Hello?
it's a little grainy.
Is it? Okay.
Hey.
Let me know. Let me know when you can hear me well.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I thought you were sisters.
Yeah, you can hear that. What's
I
that?
thought sisters come up on the.
Yeah, there's like background noise. I see what she's saying now. But yes, my name is Roberta Roybal. I am Rain's mom. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how the parent point of view is, I guess.
Yeah.
And when she first came out and told me, and my reaction, I was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, because I didn't understand. I was raised in a family where we went to Catholic church,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like I was taught it was wrong. So I was just like, well, this is new. And I gotta be understanding of, you know, and love my child, you know, to whoever her character is and who she wants to be. And I was like, I'm gonna fail as a mom if I'm not listening to her and letting her, you know, be herself, because it comes from her heart, as you see in her conversation with everyone here earlier. That actually Arnold, one of his events, actually came. She invited me to go out. She's like, I really want to go to this. And I was like, okay. She's like, it'll help you kind of understand more. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, let's go. And so I went and found my most colorful ensemble. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? And I loved it. I loved Arnold's event, and it did give me a whole lot of different perspectives and understanding, opened my eyes up a whole lot more as a parent. And I just want to encourage other parents to do the same for their children, because, you know, it really, like she said, she was like not sure of herself for a while there in a dark place, and it gives them more encouragement to be themselves and to succeed, because that's what it comes down to, is loving your child, you know, who they're going to become, you know, and what they're going to do in life. And part of that is accepting. A big piece is accepting. So that was one thing that I put on my goal sheet, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be here. I'm going to support you, and I'm going to support everyone in the community and everything. So now I have an understanding, and I just love it. I just love Arnold and Carol for doing this, you know. So it's a beautiful thing.
And Roberta, you have not failed as a mother. You have, you know, 3 amazing kids, and your intense love for them is so evident. And that's what all of our children need, is a mom who loves us like crazy and who's gonna fight for Mama Bear.
Yep, that's right. And you know, in our culture and traditions, now I switched over. I was raised Catholic all the way till I was 6 years old, went to first communion and everything, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, when I started going to a culture school, I said, why don't we learn about our culture? And as I learned more about it, in our culture, there, you know, we had people who came out as two-spirited. They were the stronger ones because they were two-spirited. That's what I was told from my elders, and I thought to myself, I was like, I got to learn this. I got to know more about and support this because they're strong. They're stronger than us at times, so because they're two-spirited. And I got that information from elders. So I was like, wow, I got to really learn about this. My daughter has, you know, she's got more strong spirit than she knows.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you can hear it when she speaks.
I want to commend you.
And she speaks for others.
I want to commend you because the way she has just spoken for others, you know, and this is obviously she's a great role model for your daughter because it's like well, coming to the event even, it's like, you know, it's like, well, I need to learn more. It's like I'm going with my daughter to the Two Spirit event to find out more information. It's a great role model to show other parents too. It's like, well, this is my child. This is a part of them. Let's dive into this and find out what I need to be a good parent and to find out more about my child and themselves. And I think it's beautiful. I got to commend you for that. Seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
You're a great team.
Yes.
I'm laying down. It's just relaxing, her relaxed mode.
Yeah.
I'm double chin laying down.
Well, I seriously want to thank both of you for being here. Thank you. Stories that were both very, very powerful. Seriously.
Yes, thank you.
And out of my heart.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, you take care.
Yep.
Love you guys.
Did you like log off or what? Oh, okay.
There she goes. All right. And so now we've got a lot of stuff to give away.
Okay.
Yes.
We have 14 umbrellas.
We have 14 umbrellas.
From KOJB.
Yes, and another shout out to KOJB because they really stepped up and they gave us some items here. And they completely supported the LGBTQ Two-Spirit community and very thankful.
Yeah, we have a couple different colors and sizes.
Yes.
There's long, skinny red ones and short blue ones, and there's some short red ones. And so these are some really compact folding umbrellas.
Yes, very much so.
And I think because we've gone way over our scheduled time, we need to figure out how to do this
We have a lot of umbrellas.
quickly.
Well, what you can do is send me your name and address on Messenger, and you will get a free umbrella.
Yes.
Until we run out.
Yeah, and say umbrella in your message.
Yes, say umbrella in your message. Thank you, Carol.
Okay.
Yeah, so say umbrella, and then name and address, and a contact phone number in Messenger, and we'll see if we can get you an umbrella. Also, that doesn't stop. Well, don't just tell me that you want one, Christian. Send me your address. I'll save you a red one.
We have 5 of these travel cups.
Okay, these are great too. So the first 5 people to messenger me for this will get a travel cup. It has to say cup with your name and address and contact phone number. But this is the KOJB, and it's written on both sides, which is kind of cool. So I want to thank KOJB, and it says also the Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe. You do not need to be in the state of Minnesota to receive these. You can be anywhere in the United States. We'll send it over to wherever you're at. And so this is pretty cool.
Sorry, we're not doing international.
Yeah, no international. So
okay.
The first 5 people, because I only got 5 of these cups here. So if you send me your information, I will send you that. Has to say cup and then.
Okay.
Now we have 2 different styles of this. This is courtesy of
all
KOJB.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Now
6, 7,
these
8,
are KOJB
10, 11.
grooming kits.
I think we got 12 of those.
this is what it comes with. Very nice. And so, just send me, it says grooming kit, and with your name and address and contact phone number, and you'll get one of these items here. It's a courtesy of KOJB.
Yep. And I think there's 12 of those. Or you could send us the phrase, I need grooming.
Yes. I need grooming.
Because we all need it at one time or another.
We do. We do.
Especially maybe a little more as we get older and our eyebrows start to do the crazy professor thing.
Just turn the light on
Men
higher.
and women. And the nose hairs start to grow longer.
That's when there's a trimmer in there for that, actually. So you want one of those, please send me the information. Also, when you guys receive these packets and stuff like that, you need to give me a promise that you're going to research LGBTQ community stuff. And then find out more about our LGBTQ singer-songwriters, find out more about the Two-Spirit community that's in our area, Leech Lake, Red Lake, White Earth, whatever, the whole United States, actually, because Two-Spirit isn't just in Minnesota, it's continental, you know, not just United States. We're going into Canada and Mexico, and I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but it's just, let's do a little bit of research and find out who the Two-Spirit people are, or LGBTQ, and to make sure that you become an ally.
Yep. Because there's a role for
right
all
here.
of us to play.
Yes, there's a role for all of us to play, and
Yeah.
it's like it's about saving lives. It's about becoming an advocate for equality rights. And by sitting idly by doesn't get anything done. We need to hear your voice. And then so you know, wherever you live, and it's, you know, literally lives do depend on that sometimes. And so we want to make sure that people feel safe. People feel welcomed. People are also educated, because sometimes parents need that information. Sometimes we don't have that information at hand, and they get a little confused and don't know what to do. And so we can provide that information. So make sure that you share this video even, because it'll stay on
Okay,
on
so it's been
Yep.
recorded. Cool.
It's been recorded. It's still recording, and then but we're going to leave it there so that otherwise people can see that there is support in the community. And then
for the flags and the erasers, what if we just tuck them in with other things?
I think we can do that.
Okay.
So we're going to tuck some of these flags in with your items. And when you receive your flag and your gift item, please take a selfie of yourself with it and post it on the Two-Spirit Facebook page. And so that way we can say, thank you, you know, we got our gifts, and to show people that you are getting them, you know, because I don't want KOJB or anybody thinking that I'm hoarding all these gifts and cups and umbrellas and stuff. So we're actually giving them to you. And then also, little rainbow. Okay, these are, I've been calling them the kick-ass erasers, because these little rainbow, see these little buggers? These are little rainbow erasers.
Yeah.
And you got this little kick-ass unicorn in there. Oh, there it is.
Yay.
And so I have
5.
So the first 5 people these are cute for like kids to take to school.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time of year. Or if you're doing the quarantine, making sure that you're taking measures to take extra safety precautions. If you're homeschooling, these are still great, because the kids are going to need your erasers. And these are really cute. There's enough to
oh, there's a bunch of them in here.
Yeah. And so I want them to social distance from their friends. Maybe they can mail them to their friends as well, because there's a lot of erasers in here for the whole year. And so just I have 5 of them. So if you want a bag of erasers, the first 5 people that say erasers, and then your name and address, you will get one of these.
Yep.
So they're very cute. They're very cute. I think you're going to like them a lot. And so you do a little close up. Oops. There they are. All right. And then do we have anything else?
I think that's it.
Woo! That is it. And so please make sure that you send us your name and address and the item that you're looking for, and then we'll see if we have any left. We'll make sure that we give them to you. And some of these flags are going to be there, so make sure that you take a selfie with your items and your flag, and then just post it on the Two-Spirit Facebook page. And we really want to appreciate everything that you guys have been doing, and thank you for tuning in to us.
Thank you so much. It's really been an honor to have you listening to us today, and our speakers, and to have them join us. Thanks to every one of them again. And till next time, and hopefully next year we'll have an in-person Two-Spirit celebration again in Cass Lake at Leech Lake Housing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend, and be safe.
Thank you, everyone.